From method acting madness to weird food choices to the place Johnny Galecki stuck all of his used chewing gum, these actors had some seriously gross on-set habits. When Robert Pattinson landed the role of Edward Cullen in the Twilight franchise, he entered the realm of sudden superstardom. He also developed a reputation for having poor hygiene. A source on the set of New Moon told E! News, "He stinks. I mean, it's awful. He never showers and it drives people on the set crazy. He completely reeks."
Hey, you! It is ripe in here.
Not everyone associated with Twilight complained about Pattinson's smell. Kristen Stewart told People, "He smells great. It's kind of an animalist thing that goes on. It went along with the movie, so it was perfect." When Extra asked Pattinson about not washing his hair for 6 weeks, Pattinson made a shocking admission, saying, "If you don't care if your hair is clean or not, then why would you wash it?" Not to worry, becoming a model for Dior helped Pattinson clean up his act. In 2014, he told the Wall Street Journal, "I can't tell if it's because of my association with Dior or because I'm older, but I've started moisturizing. It's been a quite profound change in my life." His co-stars must appreciate him arriving on set fresh and clean. Brad Pitt has long been a sex symbol. He's been crowned People's Sexiest Man Alive twice. But the star is also famous for having poor hygiene.
It ain't so!
Pitt readily admits to not showering regularly but insists baby wipes keep him fresh. His Inglourious Basterds co-star Eli Roth told People, "After a scene, Brad had to get next to me for a close-up shot and he said, 'Damn, you're ripe.' I said, 'I didn't have time to shower.' He said, 'Baby wipes, man. Baby wipes.'" Pitt also stopped using soap and antiperspirant because of concerns for the environment and the toxins the products contain, opting for a homemade concoction. Not everyone was as impressed as Roth was with Pitt's hygiene hack. Even Pitt's children have staged a mutiny over his insufficient bathing habits. If his family is complaining, can you imagine what his co-stars have to say? Pitt isn't alone in his aversion to soap, bathing, and deodorant. Many stars have come out in recent years as being infrequent bathers. Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher talked about their relaxed approach to bathing with Dax Shepard on the Armchair Expert podcast. And Jake Gyllenhaal told Vanity Fair, "More and more I find bathing to be less necessary." Shia LaBeouf doesn't claim to be a method actor, but while filming the war epic Fury, the cast and crew were troubled by the extreme methods he used to get into character. LaBeouf told Days Digital that after landing the role, he trained with the 41st Infantry of the US National Guard. He admitted, "I pulled my tooth out, knifed my face up, and spent days watching horses die. I didn't bathe for 4 months."
It seems wild because it's a scar, but you get a lot of scars doing these things, more so emotionally than the physical stuff. That's really the smallest part of the job.
A source told the Daily Mail, Shia was warned about his behavior by several people on set, including Brad Pitt and director David Ayer. You read that right, even Pitt was offended by LaBeouf's poor hygiene and self-mutilation. According to the Daily Mail, he even wound up staying in a different lodging than the rest of the cast and crew because of his poor hygiene and troubling behavior. Jim Carrey's bizarre and annoying antics on the set of Man on the Moon were so strange, Universal didn't want any behind-the-scenes footage released. In Christmas Netflix documentary Jim and Andy: The Great Beyond, audiences saw this footage for the first time.
It's really weird. It's totally surreal.
While making Milos Forman's biopic about the eccentric comedian Andy Kaufman, Carrey got lost in the role, staying in character on set for 4 months of filming. In the documentary, Carrey says that when he got the role, Kaufman's spirit tapped him on the shoulder and took over.
What happened afterwards was out of my control.
Carrey certainly seems possessed by something, and it wasn't always fun for the cast and crew. For example, Carrey made everyone on set call him Andy or Tony, when Carrey inhabited Kaufman's belligerent alter ego, Tony Clifton. He was combative and rude, especially with Jerry Lawler, the professional wrestler who plays himself in the film, going so far as to spit in his face. Ultimately, Carrey won a Golden Globe for his performance, but for the cast and crew, Carrey's method acting was unprofessional and disruptive to the production. In 2005, when Matthew McConaughey was named People's Sexiest Man Alive, he told the world, "I haven't worn deodorant in 20 years." McConaughey's stance isn't driven by health concerns. The actor just doesn't think it's necessary. In a 2008 interview with Playboy, McConaughey said, "The women in my life, including my mother, have all said, 'Hey, your natural smell smells, 1, like a man, and 2, smells like you.'" That is until he worked with Kate Hudson, who begged him to use her natural deodorant while filming Fool's Gold. McConaughey explained to Playboy, "She always brings a Salt Rock, which is some natural deodorant, and says, 'Would you please put this on?'" Apparently, others have worked with McConaughey and found absolutely nothing offensive about his smell. Yvette Nicole Brown, who worked with the actor on Tropic Thunder, told the Jess Cagle show he actually smelled good.
He smells like granola and good living.
It must have been extra hot in Australia while filming Fool's Gold. Or maybe McConaughey started taking multiple showers every day. Either way, he and Hudson have made a couple of films together, and they had great screen chemistry, even if she thought he smelled bad. Shailene Woodley is known for being health-conscious and into natural healing and natural beauty products. But one of her co-stars didn't appreciate her herbalism. Miles Teller said he hated kissing her while filming The Spectacular Now because her numerous herbal tinctures tasted bad. Teller told Vulture, "She would take these herbal supplements, these Chinese herbal supplements, and they tasted like crap. And she would always eat them right before we had a kissing scene." Woodley didn't enjoy shooting their kissing scenes either. Reportedly, she took issue with Teller's breasts too. Woodley told Vulture, "We'd have to kiss in a scene, and he'd be like, 'Shay, you just ate dirt.' And I'd be like, 'Miles, you just ate licorice.' It was just this ongoing back and forth."
You stink. No, you stink.
This might surprise fans who have seen Woodley and Teller in 4 films together. But don't worry, this popular film duo are friends despite their complaints about each other's on-set habits. Woodley also apparently loves Teller's recent work in Top Gun Maverick, telling people that Teller is a, quote, "wildly talented actor." Although Teller appreciated the praise, he told the publication, "She certainly didn't have to do anything publicly for me to know that she supports me and that we are really good friends. We've been very close for a long time. Maybe next time they meet up to play romantic leads, they can just agree on breath mints or a universally inoffensive glass of water before kissing scenes." Word is Jennifer Lawrence, quote, tortured her Hunger Games leading men by eating stinky food before her kissing scenes with both Liam Hemsworth and Josh Hutcherson. And she didn't feel bad about it one bit. Lawrence confirmed this on The Graham Norton Show.
"Whenever I had to kiss Josh and Liam for the Hunger Games, who cares? You know, I'd eat like mustard and tuna, like who cares?"
Hemsworth had a chance to complain about Lawrence's gross on-set food choices to Jimmy Fallon.
"Anytime I had to kiss Jennifer was pretty uncomfortable, pretty awkward."
When Fallon was baffled by this declaration, Hemsworth explained, "She's one of my best friends, I love her. But if we had a kissing scene, she would make a point of eating garlic or tuna fish. Not to worry, these two are clearly friends who enjoy giving each other a hard time." From stories that surfaced about the practical jokes and pranks pulled during the production of the Hunger Games movies, it seems like Lawrence's food choices were more of a joke than poor hygiene or a deliberate tactic to torment her leading men. And the men occasionally fought back. Hutcherson once scared Lawrence so badly that she peed her pants when he put a mutilated dummy in the bathroom of her trailer. If you're gonna dish it out, you better learn to take it, right? Jason Segel was a smoker when he landed a starring role on the hit series How I Met Your Mother. Reportedly, his co-star and on-screen wife, Allison Hannigan, told him she wouldn't do any kissing scenes with him because of his smoker's breath. Hannigan told Digital Spy, "I cannot stand cigarette smoke. It's like kissing an ashtray." And he's trying to be polite by having gum or mints, but it doesn't help. According to Hannigan, the pair developed a system. She explained, "When we started the pilot, he was like, 'Get me to stop smoking, I'll be your best friend.' So we did this bet where he would owe me $10 every time he had a cigarette. After the first day, he owed me $200. Fortunately, Segel quit, but it only lasted a year, after which stress got him started again. But despite being grossed out by his smoking, Hannigan loved working with Segel on the series. She broke down crying while trying to explain why she would miss him during a cast reunion on The Talk. And the feelings were obviously mutual.
Allie taught me a lot of how to be a man, I gotta say. I was 25 when I took the show. And I think we've all been through a lot personally.
It goes to show that just because an actor has a gross on-set habit, it doesn't mean that co-stars won't grow to love them. Allegedly, Arnold Schwarzenegger intentionally farted in the face of one of his co-stars. Miriam Margolyes is probably best known for playing Professor Sprout in Harry Potter, and Juliet's nurse in Baz Luhrmann's iconic film Romeo and Juliet. Her hilarious and brutally honest answers to interview questions have made her a popular and entertaining talk show guest. The British actor told I've Got News for You that she didn't enjoy meeting Schwarzenegger while filming the horror movie End of Days, and she hasn't gotten over it, saying, "He's a bit too full of himself, I don't care for him at all. He's a Republican, which I don't like. He was actually quite rude. He farted in my face. Now, I fart, of course I do, but I don't fart in people's faces. He did it deliberately, right in my face." Not only was this on-set behavior gross, but Margolyes also found it offensive, saying, "I was playing Satan's sister, and he was killing me. So he had me in a position where I couldn't escape and lying on the floor, and he just farted." Despite Variety reaching out to Schwarzenegger's representatives for comment, it appears the actor has never addressed her accusation. Johnny Galecki's unhygienic habit of disposing of his gum on the set of The Big Bang Theory was so gross one of his co-stars couldn't resist talking about it. If you're familiar with the comedy series, You know, the elevator in the apartment building where Sheldon, Leonard, and Penny lived remained out of order for years on end. Kunal Nair, who played Raj Koothrappali on the series, revealed to Daily Express that the on-set stairs led to nowhere, saying, "There's a wall there where Johnny Galecki, for 12 years, would stick his chewing gum on. I'm not joking, there's a wall of 3,000 dried chewing gum from Johnny Galecki. This is a totally gross on-set habit. But you know what's even more disgusting? Some fans would probably spend a pretty penny to buy that wall of chewing gum as a weird piece of celebrity memorabilia."